Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
New at noon, an explosion destroys a Detroit motorcycle club. We're now learning what caused that blast. But we begin right now with breaking news. Hurricane Maria making landfall in Puerto Rico with winds topping 155 miles per hour. It is the strongest storm to hit the island in nearly a century. Many have already evacuated, while thousands right now are taking shelter. Gabe Gutierrez reporting this noon from San Juan.
The situation here in San Juan is dire. The winds here have been intensifying and the worst is yet to come. We have taken shelter in a concrete structure. There's a wall blocking the wind to our right, but as you can see behind me, this is a scene of utter chaos here in Puerto Rico's capital. Authorities here have been warning people for days that if they live in wooden structures or flood-prone areas, that they needed to evacuate or die. Well, the time for that has passed. There's nowhere to turn at this point. We have seen parts of buildings being blown off, debris strewn throughout the street, trees being toppled, and communications are starting to go down. The power is out to a large chunk of San Juan already. This in a region that was grazed by Hurricane Irma, but it knocked out power to 75% of the island. Now authorities here expect that Maria could knock out power to some parts of this region for 4 to 6 months. Authorities are warning that this will be catastrophic. Again, we expect to get hit by these howling winds and torrential rain for the next several hours. There's no telling how much damage this could cause, but a big concern as well is the storm surge. Back to you.
It's just horrible to watch those massive storms like Maria making landfall right now in Puerto Rico. Of course, the question now is, where's it going next?
Well, there are some interesting implications I'm going to get into in about 10 minutes, but this storm has done a number on Puerto Rico. Take a look at some of the numbers. These are reported wind gusts from this morning, and I mean, look at that, a 137 mile per hour measured gusts at Isla Culebrite, which is an island just off the eastern part of the mainland, if you will, of Puerto Rico. And then you can see these other wind gusts here, numerous wind gusts over 100 miles per hour. Keep in mind, when we get a typical severe storm here, that's like a 60 mile an hour wind gust. So that puts in perspective what some of these numbers are. All right, here is, again, this is just frightening. We were talking about this morning on Local 4 News today. It is just horrific for me as a meteorologist to look at this, knowing that this island right here is one of the most densely populated areas in the entire United States, and this nearly a Category 5 storm made a direct hit right on the eastern end of that island. The damage is going to be catastrophic there. So this is something that it's now going to be a rescue and recovery effort once the storm gets a little further to the northwest. And again, I'm going to talk about the implications on the United States coming up in about 10 minutes. But let's give you a quick snapshot of this afternoon. Hey, some of you heading out the door to the Tiger game, look at this, plenty of sun, but warm and humid. Those frozen lemonades are going to really taste good today. Look at this, rising up into the low 80s by the time it's all said and done. Be back again with an update on our weather through the weekend in just a little bit, Hank.
Paul, thank you. Also developing right now, we are learning more about an explosion that destroyed a motorcycle club on the west side of Detroit. That blast happened around midnight on Dexter Avenue at Webb Street. Local 4 reporter Nick Monticelli joining us live this morning, this noon rather. And Nick, what are we learning now about the investigation as that moves forward?
Well, we're learning a couple of different things. First of all, we know nobody was inside of this motorcycle club when it exploded early this morning, so there were no injuries. But as you can see right now, there are DTE crews here ripping up the street here on Dexter and Webb on Detroit's west side, trying to figure out exactly what caused this. And I say there are two different sides of the story. Fire investigators think there was an explosion. DTE says they think it was just a fire and they don't think any gas was involved.
We didn't lose the building, we lost, a part of our family.
Shalice Brown, a member of the Street Royalty Motorcycle Club, spent all night here and came back today to see what's left, which is essentially nothing.
It's a family club. We've had members that have passed away from accidents and, cancer and stuff like that. We had a lot of personal items that belong to them that's important. We've been here for in the area for about 8 years, and it's a lot of collection. The
possible explosion happened around midnight at Dexter and Webb on Detroit's west side. When firefighters got here, DTE crews were called in to shut off the gas. It was presumed this was caused by a gas leak. Today, though, DTE is saying there's no indication a gas leak is to blame. In fact, a crew member told Brown it's probably just a fire. However, Detroit arson investigators say it is more than just a fire. It could be what's called a low-order explosion. There's two different kinds, low order and high order. With a high order explosion, there'd be parts of the building across the street. A low order explosion would look more like this, with parts of the building blown out, but not too far. Crews did spend a lot of time looking over the gas meter, but we'll have to wait for the arson team to figure out exactly what happened. And while the why this happened is important to the club, they'd also like to start moving forward.
I did talk to the owner today, and he said that, I mean, he's got a positive outlook. He said, let's rebuild.
So a lesson in arson investigation knowledge there this afternoon. Again, you can see what is left of that building. DTE crews, again, tearing up the road, trying to get to those gas lines to do some pressure testing and other investigation. And if you look to the left of that, you can see there's a Detroit City auto repair and sales garage there. They cut power. They can't do a whole lot. But if you look carefully through that fence, you can see there are some cinder blocks that are on top of vehicles. Those were vehicles that were to be sold. They obviously have to fix those up right now, but again, some kind of indication that there was some form of explosion pushing those cinder blocks up and onto those vehicles. But again, all of this still has to be determined by the experts, by Detroit arson investigators. We are live here on Detroit's West Side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, thank you. We'll continue to follow those developments in that story. New at noon, a huge announcement from Dan Gilbert. He is planning 4 new development projects right here in Detroit.
We expect these 4 projects alone to create up to a total of 24,000 new jobs in the city, 15,000 construction jobs, and 9,000 potential permanent jobs of companies that will expand into these buildings, as well as new businesses that we attract.
Gilbert added that developments like these will help the city of Detroit compete for opportunities like getting the second North American headquarters for Amazon, hopefully within the city of Detroit. We now know where white boy Rick Wershey will be spending the next 4 years. Wershey is being housed at the Reception and Medical State Prison that is in Lake Butler, Florida. He is serving a sentence for a crime he pleaded guilty to while he was behind bars right here in the state of Michigan. Wershey, as you likely know, was the longest serving nonviolent junior offender in Michigan history. He was released from a prison here in Michigan in August and was immediately transported down to Florida. His scheduled release date is now set for April 20th, 2021. A homeowner was shot dead on Detroit's west side. That happened shortly after 6:30 this morning at a home on Roselawn near Joy Road. Police say the 22-year-old suspect was selling drugs out of the victim's home. When the victim confronted the suspect, an argument broke out, which led to a shootout. A 54-year-old homeowner was hit in the head and he died. The suspect was also shot. We're told that he is in the hospital in serious condition right now. We want to tell you about a stranger danger alert this noon in Redford Township. That is where police say an 8-year-old at Beach Elementary was approached by a stranger in the school's south parking lot. When the student refused to get into the vehicle, the driver took off. The man in question was driving a light blue car. If you have any information to help track him down, you're asked to call police in Redford Township right away. Happening today, Jobs for You. Second Ebenezer Church right here in Detroit hosting a job fair. It started at noon. It runs until 6:30 this evening. More than 20 employers will be there doing interviews. Business attire is required. Job seekers encouraged to bring multiple copies of your resume if you're looking for a job. That event is free and it is open to the public. Still ahead here on Local 4 News at noon, a tornado touching down on the West Coast. New video showing the mile-long path of destruction that storm left behind. President Trump continuing his visit to the United Nations. How the president is responding to critics who are angered by his first UN speech. And a desperate search for survivors after Mexico City shaken by a massive earthquake. That is coming up right after the break. The death toll now at 225 and rising after the 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocked central Mexico. Rescuers are now digging through the rubble, trying to find people that are trapped. State of disaster has been declared by the Mexican federal government, and the images in the video that you are seeing, absolutely devastating. This is the second deadly earthquake to hit Mexico this month. President Trump continuing meetings at the United Nations today. The president taking to Twitter this morning after facing criticism from world leaders regarding his speech at the UN, which included a direct threat to destroy North Korea. The president criticized how the UN operates, saying there's potential, but only if everyone pays their fair share. He also re-emphasized his intent to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. A major cleanup underway right now in Northwest Oregon after a tornado touched down on Tuesday afternoon. The pictures are from a dairy farm where the tornado tore apart 4 barns. Several roofs were damaged, and that system left miles of debris behind, including downed power lines and trees. Many people, as you can imagine, caught off guard by the twister.
Resident said she was putting some things outside. As she was setting them down, she looked up and saw this system approach. There was a lot of debris circulating around in it, and before she knew it, the items she had and she was setting down outside were lifted off.
The good news right now, county officials say no one was hurt.
New at noon.
The University of Michigan just received a $50 million gift. New at noon, who's behind that huge donation and where the money is going? Paul.
It wasn't me. I can just tell you right now. Hey, take a look. The fog has been thinning. The clouds going away. It's warm and humid. It's a beautiful summer day, even though fall begins officially on Friday afternoon. I'll have a forecast through the weekend that's going to look and feel a lot like summer, and more perspective about Hurricane Maria. Some numbers that'll make you blink a couple of times. We'll have that all for you just ahead.
The judge in one of Metro Detroit's most controversial cases speaks out for the very first time.
It was just rife with injustice. From the parole board hearings to his original sentence.
The judge examined every document in the massive White Boy Rick Wershey file and says something doesn't add up.
It just seems really fishy, the whole thing. If you read the trial transcript, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Judge Dana Hathaway on the Rick Wershey Jr. case, a Defenders exclusive, tonight at 11.
It's back to It is must-see TV this afternoon. Megyn Kelly appearing on The Ellen Show, once again talking about President Donald Trump. Ellen brings up the tweets the president made during the campaign and asked Megyn Kelly what she thought would happen after the election. Take a look.
Did you really believe that he was going to be a different guy than the guy that was tweeting?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
So my reaction was, when he started tweeting and people were sort of horrified and shocked, weren't you paying attention? For me, it was like, yes, of course, we knew he was going to behave this way.
And as you know, Ellen airs right here on Local 4 at 3 o'clock, followed by Local 4 News First at 4. All right, Paul Gross joining us here on the desk. We were looking at that story earlier from Puerto Rico, Gabe Gutierrez. The damage, could be severe there, but a lot of people are wondering, is this going to now make its way up the East Coast?
Well, that's the big story, and there's a possibility for that. And this storm has already made a lot of history. In fact, take a look, Hank. This is really some shocking things. Now, first of all, this is the third Category 4 landfall on the United States this season, and that has not happened here in the modern era. And as far as Puerto Rico itself, strongest direct hit on the island. Now, there have been other Category 4s and other hurricanes that have hit the island, but this is the strongest one. And you may have heard earlier, the last one was about 80, 90 years ago, the last time they got hit by one that was this strong, or a little bit less than this strong. And also, the pressure this morning dropped. It's the 10th lowest hurricane pressure that we've ever had in recorded history here in the Atlantic Basin. So here's the satellite loop, and you can see, now remember, a lot of people forget that that Puerto Rico is a rather mountainous country. There's a lot of high terrain, so you can see how the eye started to disintegrate a bit as it went over the island. It really had an impact on the structure of the storm, but this was a direct hit, and the damage is going to be catastrophic. Now, here is the path of the storm, and got the days here and the wind speed. You'll see it will gradually weaken as it moves north, and there's a lot of agreement in the computer models as to what this is going to be. But there's something else we need to talk about. Now, this is the European model. It's only one model, I caution you, and I'll take you from bottom to top what we're talking about. This is Maria right here. This is Tropical Storm Jose, and this right here is a big area of high pressure. Think of that as a big mountain. These storms cannot move the mountain, but what's happening is Jose is causing a weakness in the mountain. So watch as I put it in motion. So here's Maria taking that path I showed you. That's in a great agreement. It gets pretty close to the United States here, but the hope is and the expectation is that weakness that was created by Jose up here is going to allow Maria to curl off to the northeast. Maybe affects the Canadian Maritimes, but now again, this is one model, so don't just sit there and think, well, this is exactly what's going to happen. It may change, and if it changes to the left, that's going to hit the United States. If it changes to the right, it's even less of a feature for us, so we will keep an eye on it for you. What we're keeping an eye on also is very summer-like weather. Look at this. We're in the 70s right now. Just a beautiful summer day. Again, even though it's mid to late September, and you can see how the fog and the cloud cover has been going away. We may still get a few cumulus clouds this afternoon, but no big deal. Warm front has gone to the north. That's allowing in this hot and humid air. This cold front's not going to make it through here, but it's unstable enough that the model's trying to spit out a possible scattered shower or storm tomorrow afternoon. Right now, we're not thinking that that's going to happen, but it's something just to keep in the back of our mind, and we'll keep you updated on that as well. But 81, the high for today, warm and humid. Again, just a sultry day, and if you like sultry, you're going to like the next 7, because look at this. We have Rosh Hashanah beginning tonight, so Happy New Year, Lashana Tova if you're celebrating, and we're going to celebrate summer-like temperatures. Hank, look at this, mid-80s, maybe even upper 80s this weekend, and that lasts all the way through Tuesday.
Warm for that Lions game, Paul. Thank you. Stephen Ross donating another $50 million to the University of Michigan. The Ann Arbor real estate developer and alumni of U of M has donated a total of $378 million to the university. The majority of the new gift will support career development programs there at U of M, innovative action-based learning experiences such as student-run investment funds and new business ventures, and also resources for attracting and developing junior faculty. Mr. Ross continues to be the single largest donor to U of M in history. Still ahead here at noon, a kindergarten teacher is helping to make a big difference in her community. What she and her students are doing to help the military after the break.
100 point.
All for pets here at noon. Well, we've heard about dogs joining the police force, even dogs working maybe at a fire station. But what about a dog as a student?
It works. At a school in Iowa, kindergartners are training this curious black Labrador to be a service dog. And the dog has been hard at work going to school every week. Love that.
Do I need to be a service dog and help other people that maybe not have arm or in a wheelchair?
After finishing up 2 years of training, he will eventually go to the Retrieving Freedom. That's a nonprofit that prepares service dogs to help military vets, children with autism, and people with diabetes.
What a nice story.
I love that.
Yeah.
My dog would never qualify to be a service dog. A little too out of control.
Yeah.
Paul, I know you're going to be busy today, and I know Andrew will later today, tracking Maria and following that path, too.
And don't forget that our app has a hurricane layer. You can get all the latest information there as well.
We thank you for tuning in here at noon. We'll see you back here beginning at 4 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody.